Okay, this is a little talk through of the Lianbu versus ylcqCommentary1 form we've been working on. This commentary is to sort of help you guys think through some of the issues we're encountering. So here's Jake and I from, I guess, last Wednesday when we tried putting this together. I'm going to sort of key through here. So he's starting Ilu and I'm starting Lianbu. So he's to my left. So now, first movement, I lift and I block up his palm strike. I prep, and now as I strike down towards his belly, his hands retract, pull down, and do a block. Next, I'm going to start to punch, and he's going to pick up my punch. But now, what we're choosing to do is, instead of just having one encounter, I'm leading him around, and I'm now catching his right arm with my left hand, so even though he tries to hit me, I'm controlling his arm. Next, I slice through. He's going to lift up, block out with his left arm, and then as I try again striking for the belly, he's going to push down my hand. So this part up to here, it feels pretty solid. We could make it cleaner and all that, but it feels pretty solid. Now he punches, I block, and then as I punch towards him, he's going to catch my arm for a break. I loop out, so my right arm withdraws, goes downward, and come around and drop into empty stance. Now here, this is an odd space. It may be that there's something going on there that we have to look at, but it feels a little bit odd there, but it seems to work. So now he comes in, he attacks high, I do the same high block, and he does the same arm brace, arm break type maneuver. I want to keep him from doing that. The timing could be a little bit more together, perhaps. Perhaps before he actually can clinch my arm, I should be pressing down here to move it out of the way. He then, you see that? I'm going backwards here. He then pushes down on my arm, and then his right arm is parried by my right arm. His left arm is parried by my left arm. We then keep going. I loop around. And here, this could be a little bit tighter, but I feel pretty certain that this works. I block that one out, and then here, I'm going to catch and try to break that. He then continues, so I let go, because I don't have enough time to break it without getting clocked, and now I'm going to try to break this one. This maneuver here needs to be cleaner. It's simply not firm enough. We got to look at the detail a little bit more. It clearly goes together, but it's not clean enough. Right, so he's going to twist out, he loops, drops the arm, and now he's going to punch, and as he punches, I block down. There's my spear hand, he does double high block, I clear his block in order to make space for a punch, which he then blocks inward towards his belly. Alright, now, at this point, let's see if I can load something else up here. It may or may not work. I'll try this one. We were working on this last night because it feels like it's not exactly right the way Jake and I did it. So here, Kevin and Adam are doing this. Now, they're in the same position from opposite viewpoint. Now Kevin is now crossing over, he's doing the jazz hands bit, and he's going to knock Adam's hand over, make some space. So this next movement could be that he's starting to do a groin strike, maybe. But now Adam comes in and intersects. Let me back up. So he intersects there. And technically, Adam, we were a little off. That left arm ought to be up towards your right elbow. Then Kevin clears that arm and then goes for his own strike, which is blocked by Adam, and then Kevin comes up. So I think that's the way we need to look at this next movement. So what we're going to see next, I'm just going to skip through quickly. So I had Jake do some extra jazz hands there. Or he didn't do extra, it's just we have only 2 points of interaction, and then Jake comes up. So now we're coming in, or I'm coming in, I chop downward, he intersects, he skims it off the outside, I retract, he starts going backward, and there he does again. He blocks that one down. Now, this one he caught in between his hands. I'm not sure whether we want to do it exactly like that, but it could work. And now he does 1, 2, 3. That could be setting up for an arm break. It feels a little bit weird just to sit there and let him do that, but maybe that works. He spins, oops, tries for a new angle. Now here, you notice there's a high block and he's coming high too. There could be something going on there that we're not actually putting into play up on top here. But then he spins around and he blocks me. So who's blocking who is not quite clear, but that's the beauty of Chinese martial arts. And then we're going along, and he's going to kick. I scooch the kick down to the side, so using that same application from earlier for a slightly different application. And then he comes back, I prep, and now he's going to come forward, and we both clash here. I press down, and as I press down, he steps back, outward block. So that's my forward chop. Now I do an elbow 1, elbow 2. He's kicking. I'm a little bit late there. I block the head, press down in the middle. It's not quite clear what's going on there. It may be that press down in the middle should be dealing with something here. Not quite clear. But then he turns and we're doing this. Now, technically in the form, Jake's left hand is on top of the right arm, but this seems to work. Now, for the next part, we skipped a move. I should be turning back and going down. So I should be turning back with the right arm going to the right side, with the left arm going down. And it could be that what he's doing with his right arm could be blocking my left or moving it out of the way. But we're not doing that at this point. We skipped a move. He flicks up, and now we engage again. We both cross there, we both cross there. Excuse me, this next interaction needs a little bit of work. So watch that again. He's coming up there. See, I'm not really doing my part. We both should be engaging up on top. We then both kick. The angle of the kick is slightly changed. So again, I could be ending it there, or he could be ending it there, depending on what happens. And then, as we come down, his right arm is going to block my right arm. I clear that out of the way and hit. His left arm blocks my right arm again. He clears it out of the way. Another clear right to left. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and we probably have to work through, but at the time it felt pretty good. Now he's going to clear that. I do a double clear. Now we both turn, punch at the same time, although we don't hit each other, and finish. And there it is.